So I've got a video here on how to remote a remote control holder. That's the holder there onto drywall. It's important to get that right and get it straight. And drywall, you can't just put a screw into it or it'll just come loose and come out. You do need some sort of a fixing thing. And the one I'm using here are these little white plugs, and they expand as you go in. They've got a rounded edge for pressing into the hole, and they're all like folded up, if you like. So when the screw goes in, it actually, the plastic expands out and grips into the drywall and holds it in place. So these, you just drill a hole and it needs to be tight. There's the hole there, and we'll push that into place. Sorry, that's in the way. We'll push that right in, and then we'll get the screw started. So here's the little screw that came with the remote holder. It didn't come with the little plaster plugs. That left that up to me. But what we're going to do, because all this is very gentle, I'm certainly going to use a screwdriver, not a drill, to put it in. I don't want that little plaster plug in the back there spinning around. So I'm just going to do it up nice and gentle, and they will take up into the plug. If you find that you can't get it to start, like it just spins, like if your hole's too big and that plaster plug just starts to spin, and what you need to do, you can put a little bit of electrician's tape on it, but that's really tricky to get that to actually be tight enough and grip. You can also get a larger, they're colour coded as to their size, the little plaster plugs that go in, and there are all types of different ones you can get. I'll show you a spiral one that you can use as well, but these are just very, very little, so that's why I've gone for these white plugs. And again, we're not over tightening in this situation. It's only going to hold up a remote, so we just bring it up nice and snug, nice and tight with the screwdriver. There, that's just coming up tight, up like that. And then we drop the remote in. There we go. That's a bit crooked. There we go. There's normally a bit of play in them. So there you go. This guy here, it's an air conditioner remote. That's exactly the same. It's got two screws side by sides, and they're much bigger screws, as you can see, in comparison to the ones that have just come with this fan. They're just little guys. Same thing though, with the plug behind, and then the screws into the plug. That's how it goes with drywall or plaster. But I've got another type of plug that I can show you as well. Here's a range of different plugs. These guys here, the little white ones, I've just put into the wall. You can see in comparison to my finger, they're very little, and the hole that screws in there is little, so a little screw will open them up enough. Just for drywall and plaster and things like that. These guys here, they're more for brick, like a brick wall like this, or into mortar. The mortar's the white lines between the bricks. And so you drill the right size hole and then put a much bigger screw in, and that opens up and tightens them up in that sort of situation. There's different styles there. That one is more like a straw, and you can actually get that in a big long length and just stick it in and chop it off to whatever length you like. These guys open up, the screw will come down, that comes in the top there, the screw comes down the middle and opens that up. Well, you can see that one there is opened up, and that opens up inside the timber or drywall or whatever where it is, and holds it nice and tight. Now, these guys here, these are my like, it went wrong, how do I salvage the situation guys. As you can see, these great big screws. So if you've been putting plugs in and the hole got too big, and then maybe you went to these and the hole got too big, these guys here, let's see what they're actually called. Auger anchors. They're brilliant. It says no pre-drilling needed, particularly if you've been mucking around. As I said, these are my get out of jail free cards. So if you've got the hole has become too big, you can screw that in, and these great big threaded parts here go into the drywall and give you a really, really good grip. And you just drive it in with a Phillips head screwdriver, as you can see there. And then once it's in place, then you can put your screw in and hold whatever in place. So they're brilliant for if you've had these things spinning around and sort of lost the plot, or you've got an old hole that needs to be repaired. And also if you've got something particularly heavy going into drywall, then these are good for that as well. So there you go, how to hang a remote or something on drywall. There's lots of different ways to go. That one there was actually in use where you could get to the back of the drywall. So the screw came through, the drywall was here, if you like, and the screw came through and it just held up, and then the screw screwed into this part of it, so it just held and pressed against the drywall and gave a really good hold. But that was something for when you could get access to the back as well.